What is going on, people? Back with another video, and I know it's been a minute since I really put content like this on the VFcast channel, but I'm doing a lot more. I recently did a live stream of me playing NCAA Football 08, and I did my VF Ballers Top 5 Tuesday, so if you ever get a chance, go check that stuff out. I'm going to be putting a lot more gaming content on here, and we're going to start off with my thoughts, not a review, not an impression, but just my straight thoughts about NBA 2K22 on the Xbox Series. Now, I haven't played the last gen version yet, you know, the Xbox One or the PS4 version yet, but I will be talking about those down the road. But I'm going to give you my thoughts about this game. There's never been a time, I'm going to be honest with you, there's never been a time where a game felt so organic and logical at the same time. Everything in this game that I've played so far, with a few exceptions, and I'm gonna get into those, this game epitomizes organic gameplay and logic. And this is just me playing from an offline standpoint. If you're an online gamer, there's gonna be so many factors that's gonna hinder your experience versus mine. So this is for people who like to play offline my NBA, because I'm a franchise mode or dynasty mode type person. So I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this game is, quite frankly, probably a masterpiece. And I'm using the word probably very lightly, because I have every bit of reason to go and drop that word probably in my statement. This game is very, very good. This game offensively, defensively, just the intangibles, physics, everything about this game is very good. Now, there are a few things, and I'm going to get the negatives out of the way right now. The dribbling still feels a little wonky a little bit. It doesn't feel as tight and responsive as people would claim it to be. Yeah, when you're dribbling like out in the open, yeah, the input is very, very responsive. But when you're in game, there's so many other factors that comes into it, like spacing and how close you are to a person. Sometimes the ball looks like it's jerking around a little bit when you're dribbling. And I guess because it's compensating for the person that's guarding you. And I get it, because, I mean, that's a tall task to ask, in my opinion. At this point of, you know, game development, they've come so far to have a object be, you know, working properly between two other objects, which is like the two people that's on the court. I'm pretty sure programming that is going to be a tall feat, but nevertheless, it still works out very well. Body collision is very good. Oh, before I go back to it, let me tell you about the other negative that I have. The difficulty in this game is kind of reminiscent of last generation, and even so the generation before that. I mean, I'm talking about PS3, you know, Xbox 360. This game will hinder your progress in game sometimes. I've been playing the game on All-Star, and I would do really good up until like the fourth quarter. Now, when the fourth quarter shows up, there's a lid on the rim. You cannot make a shot. My first two games, I had an issue with that, and it was very frustrating, because I went back and looked at the stats. I was doing so well throughout the entire game, but at the beginning of the fourth quarter, all of a sudden, the opposition goes on like a 10 or like a 15-3 run or something like that. And I mean, I understand the teams get a second wind or whatever, but I'm basically running the same game plan and getting the same spacing and the same shot selection that I had all game. Now it's a problem where I can't make those shots. Now, like I said, I understand momentum swings, and they do have those in this game, but it just seemed like at least 4 times when I was playing this game, I had an issue where late, or sometimes in the beginning of the fourth quarter, there's a lid on the rim. So that was me playing on All-Star. So what I did was I changed it to Pro, and when I went to Pro, you can look on the screen right now and look at the difference of the score. It's not very competitive, because you can lean on a team really easily if you start scoring. And for that, with that being said, it seems like the other team just don't even try to fight back. So with that being said, this game needs sliders. It needs sliders. And it's not because the gameplay is bad. It's just that there's a rubber banding or some type of defensive difficulty balance in this game. It needs to be fixed. Other than that, this game plays very well. If you're playing against somebody, you playing with somebody that plays within the rules of basketball and don't try to cheese you and do some unrealistic, weird, wonky stuff. If you can just basically beat somebody based on their, the talent on the court, and you use it to your advantage, you're going to have a phenomenal time with this game. I mean, defense is excellent. Offense is very good. Offense is very satisfying because the defense is difficult. So when you are able to score a point or two, or when you're able to get to the rim, or when you're able to, get fouled, it's very satisfying, and it makes you want to keep playing. I have not put this game down maybe one day since I got this game, and it's really amazing how this game plays out. Now, what I will also say that if you want to learn a game of basketball, this is probably one of the few games that you can learn. And one thing I'll say about that, basketball gaming has been in a situation where you can learn how to play basketball. And that's one thing I love about not just NBA 2K, even in some cases NBA Live. You can learn the game of basketball by playing the game. Now, this is something that Madden, and in some cases, and I hate to say this, even in some cases MLB The Show have lacked. MLB The Show plays a phenomenal baseball game, but it doesn't really teach you the game if you're like a first person trying to play it. This game actually tried to show you. NHL does a great job of showing that as well. And I think this is something that that stands out when it comes to 2K. I think this is something that is very, very, well done within this game. Now, what I will also say is that I highly recommend you buying this game. I highly recommend it. Now, one thing I will say as well is don't buy the other version, because I think this version, if you're not into somebody like me that wants to buy and play a game all the time, if you like me, I like to play both games just to see the difference. If you would do that, I feel that you would should just get this game right here. And I think just go ahead and get it. Don't worry about the last generation. But one thing, like I also will say, you can buy both versions for one console. So, if you're just trying to get your basic football fix, I will say that you would just go ahead and just play this one. This one is just that good in my opinion. It's a very good game. I know I kind of went all the way around the world with that, but that's how I really feel. I think it's a really good game. You should just get the next gen version if you have access to it. I will be talking about the other gen later on down the road. I will say this though, at the end of the day, this game is surpassed any other basketball game I've honestly played, simulation wise. I don't know where NBA Live is going to go from this. I don't even see if NBA Live can catch up at this point. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but if they want to catch up, they're going to really have to put in the work, because NBA 2K22 is a phenomenal game, and I think they did a great job with this. If you like this video, hit the like button and share this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is my other channel. I'm trying to grow it, and hopefully you guys help me grow it and you grow along with me. I'm going to go and do some more content creating. You guys take it easy. You guys be blessed. Peace.